AWS Community Day Vancouver presents the GenAI Q&A Vibe Lounge, hosted by Krug.
Hey, what's up, Internet? It's Krug. I am here at AWS Community Day at the Vancouver Playhouse. And we're just getting kicked off with this GenAI Vibe Lounge that we put together. And we're gonna be here all day interviewing the speakers as they come off stage, as well as interesting people that we pull out of the crowd that we wanna talk to or share their stories. And so first up, thanks so much for being willing to join us and sit through all the audio tests and stuff. And this is Gabriela Arno. Why don't you say hi and introduce yourself to the Internet?
Hi there, everybody. My name is Gabriela. I'm an immigrant from Brazil, and I've been living in Vancouver for 8 years, and I do some community stuff here in Vancouver. I lead a couple of communities, I work with startups, and that's my passion.
Yeah, Gabriela and I got to know each other through the Vancouver kind of tech ecosystem. You were organizing a co-founder event in the past, and you've started a new project with a new company. You want to tell me more about that?
Yeah, so right now I'm working on this project with Nubel. Nubel is a company also founded by an immigrant, and we share the vision, we share some values where we want to elevate the immigrant's experience here in Vancouver, especially when it comes to finding a job, landing that job that is actually the industry that you're trained in, and not having to resort to odd jobs here and there just to make ends meet. And we're working together on that to bring a community together and share resources, tools, and bring speakers in to help them achieve their goals.
So it's a technology company that also does some events for this community?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I'm 47 years old, and I've been a part of this Vancouver tech scene for a while, and it has changed a lot. A lot less people that look like me, and a lot more people that look like you. And so I think that's pretty awesome that you're building some kind of like tools and institutions and stuff to support those people and yourselves, and yeah, that's awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, there's another project that I heard about in town called Anya Learning. That's like a nonprofit for newcomers that's doing like tutoring and AI learning journeys and stuff, and they've really kind of captivated my imagination. Hopefully we'll get a chance to interview them here today and stuff too. So,
I hope so too.
You were telling me what a busy week it is for you.
Oh my gosh, it's been such a busy week. I've been working on 3 separate projects because we just launched our first event from our series, Nubel Connect. That was yesterday. So that's been over a month in the making. We were working with Convergence and Vancouver Tech Week to get
Shout out Matthew Hauser and Maori.
Maori, I love her. She's an angel. She's helped me every step of the way. I would not be here without her.
She's got mad Japanese style too. We share a love for raw Japanese denim.
Yeah, you should have seen her outfit yesterday. On point.
I would have liked to.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. And I've also been working with the Vancouver Tech Week people. They're also very, very nice, and I've just been helping odd bits here and there, social media, and volunteering at the actual events. I've just been the person behind the camera. Thankfully, they've become dear friends of mine too, so it's been a pleasurable experience. And yeah, now this also.
Yeah.
And tomorrow there's also a career fair at Northeastern. It's an 8:30 a.m. start. So
wow.
I've had 3 days where it's just like 14-hour days. Let's go. No sleep, no time to eat. Let's just go. Real
life community superstar badass right there. No, I thank you for everything you do. And I know that a lot of people look up to you for it and stuff too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Vancouver Tech Week. I went to an awesome event at Convergence there too on Saturday morning. Horace, you from KPMG, I think, organized like a real life founders talk kind of thing was the vibe. And then Max from Gumloop was there, and I forget the guy's name from Hypnotic.ai, and Matthew Hauser. They all kind of gave their founders' journey stories or whatever, and I had a great time. Matthew's a super cool guy. He's been around for a while, and I hadn't really got a chance to like hear his deeper story. And he showed pictures of like the last decade when young him was traipsing around Asia, chasing $1 billion deals and stuff, and building products and stuff. So that was really cool. And then I'm a big fan of the Gumloop product and that crew. So any chance I hear, and they're like the real deal. They're in YC, and they just got financed $3 million plus. So, and they're like a 2.5 person company, and they're crushing it. And so it's always like cool to sit at the feet of people who are really doing it or whatever. But the guy from Hypnotic no, not hypnotic. Hypothetic AI. Well, his talk was the most badass. It was the most real and authentic founder's journey talk I've maybe ever heard. Like, you know how everyone always talks about failure, talk about your failures, learning from them. And like, okay, like on the surface, that's like sort of hard to do, but it's easy to do it if the failures are like long in the past.
Yeah.
But this guy was up there like a CEO and founder. He had raised $5 million pre-seed, didn't get his second round of funding, his seed round at all, spent up all his money, didn't build the product they wanted to build, was having to pivot and change and take the technology they had. And he's like, 99% chance now we're not going to make it. But I got this one angle, I can still try. And it was just, he was just like truly sharing this thing that like wasn't in the rearview mirror, but he was going through right then and there. And I was like, yeah, this is rad shit.
That's really important. I feel like sharing as founders, as people that we look up to, is only as valuable as how vulnerable you're willing to be. Because I find that a lot of talks, a lot of speakers offer us the same platitudes. Just keep going, just keep trying, you'll get there in the end. But we don't really see the hardship. We don't really see their struggle. So when we go through struggle, we go, oh my God, this is only happening to me. I'm the only person in the history of the world that's experiencing all these obstacles, right?
It's one thing to be like, keep going. It's another thing to be like, all right, keep going, but in which direction exactly, please?
Exactly.
Because I'm not exactly fucking sure right now.
Exactly.
And, tell me a little bit about your involvement in all this and what we got going on here from your perspective.
Oh, so we've got so much going on here.
Gabby's the producer, one of the producers of this little thing we got going on here. Yeah.
I'm very excited specifically about this going on in the back. So just before I came on, I told Kevin, I was like, oh, can we make the backdrop look like my hometown, like São Paulo? And he literally typed up a couple of things, and now we have this like dynamic skyline that looks just like my home, and it's like it's tugging at my heartstrings because I'm like bringing a part of home here.
So cool.
And I think the speakers are going to feel that too when they come up here, and we're going to get like their own music, their own taste. They're
So back over behind those screens and cameras and stuff over there, we have our very own Mr. Pixel Wizard, Kevin Friel. And a lot of us know each other from the Vancouver AI Meetup community, which takes place at the Future-Proof Creative Studio, a company I run. But we got a whole bunch of interesting things going on there, and I met Kevin there. And Kevin has this weird AI-generated lighting kit. And him and I have been collaborating with some other artists and musicians. But we also wanted to deploy like a podcast studio. So they asked us to do this. And I'm like, Pixel Wizard, we got to figure it out. And then, we got Samad, who helps out with some videos in the hood. And Glenn, who's Kevin's buddy, who came onto the thing. And Caleb, somebody who's new to the scene, indigenous filmmaker. And we're all just putting it together. But this magic just appeared this week. And so what you're looking at is Mr. Pixel Wizard built a GenAI pipeline that uses Flux, version of Stable Diffusion, and messes around through comfy UI to integrate prompts from each of the different speakers and make generative backgrounds and stuff. So we're gonna be, and Gabriela helped coordinate with all the speakers to get their wishes and desires. And we're just gonna try something new.
It was awesome because I had to send speakers these lists of very personal questions, like, oh, who's your favorite artist? What's your favorite food? And I'm like, oh, it sounds like I'm asking them questions so I can like try to log into their computers using their security questions.
I wasn't sure if that was your joke or someone else's, because I definitely saw that float through the emails of like, is someone trying to hack my password here? Because these are exactly.
I acknowledged it because I was like, it sounds like a scam. So I'm just going to put it out there. I'm with the team. Trust me, please.
Yeah.
But now I do have all their information, and hit me up if you want to know any of the speakers' favorite food. I'll give it to you.
Awesome. Well, hey, I'm a big fan of what you're up to. You're making a big positive ripple all sorts across Vancouver communities in lots of different ways. And thanks for coming on here and being a part of, the AWS Community Days, Future-Proof Creative stuff, and like the AI meetups and everything. It's really cool to have you along on the journey.
I really appreciate it, Kris. And
cool.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, over and out for now from Vancouver Playhouse.